You've submitted your application, you've waited, and now USCIS has scheduled your interview. This is the moment most people feel the most nervous about, and the moment most people are more ready for than they realize. In this video, we'll walk through the interview, the civics test, and the final step. The day you actually become a citizen. When your interview day arrives, arrive early, at least 30 minutes before your appointment. You'll go through a security check at the USCIS field office, check in at the front desk, and wait to be called. Bring a folder with everything organized. Your interview appointment notice, your green card, a government-issued photo, ID, all valid and expired passports, your tax records, and any marriage, divorce, or court documents that apply to your case. If you submitted copies with your N400, bring the originals. Being organized here sends a signal. It tells the officer you take this seriously. When your interview day arrives, arrive early, at least 30 minutes before your appointment. You'll go through a security check at the USCIS field office, check in at the front desk, and wait to be called. Bring a folder with everything organized. Your interview appointment notice, your green card, a government-issued photo, ID, all valid and expired passports, your tax records, and any marriage, divorce, or court documents that apply to your case. If you submitted copies with your N400, bring the originals. Being organized here sends a signal. It tells the officer you take this seriously. During the interview, the officer will also test your English. There are 3 parts. Speaking, which happens naturally through the interview itself. Your conversation with the officer is the speaking test. Reading, you'll be shown up to 3 short sentences and asked to read one aloud correctly. Writing, the officer will say a short sentence and you'll write it down. To pass, you need to read 1 sentence correctly and write 1 correctly. The vocabulary is simple. Words like flag, president, state, freedom. If you can have a basic conversation in English, you can pass this test. Now, the civics test. This is the part most people spend the most time preparing for, and for good reason. Here's how it works. And pay attention, because this changed recently. As of October the 2025, there is a new version of the civics test. If you filed your N400 before October 20th, 2025, you took the older test. 100 questions, 10 asked, 6 correct to pass. If you filed on or after that date, you take the 2025 test. Here's what's different. The question bank has grown from 100 to 128 official civics questions. During your interview, the officer will ask you up to 20 of those questions out loud. You answer out loud, in English. No multiple choice, no written answers, just you and the question. To pass, you need to answer 12 out of 20 correctly. The officer stops as soon as you reach 12 correct, or as soon as you've missed enough to fail. You don't have to answer all 20. If you don't pass on your first attempt, you'll be rescheduled to retake only the portion you missed within 60 to 90 days. One more thing. This test has already changed more than once, and it can change again. The American Citizenship Companion app is always updated to the current version of the test. So, whatever the rules are on the day of your interview, you'll be ready. So, what are the questions actually about? The 2025 test focuses on 3 main areas: American government, how Congress works, what the 3 branches are, what the Constitution does, and why things work the way they do. American history, the founding of the country, the Civil War, the Civil Rights Movement, and the principles behind them. And integrated civics, national symbols, holidays, and rights and responsibilities of citizenship. You'll notice geography is mostly gone from the new test. No more questions about oceans or borders. The focus now is on understanding, not just memorizing. The new test asks more open-ended questions, not just how many senators are there, but why are there only 2 senators per state? And dynamic answers are still part of the test, questions whose correct answer changes depending on who's in office or where you live. Who is the president? Sounds easy. Until you realize the answer changes, and you need to know the current one on the day of your interview. The American Citizenship Companion app always has the current answers for your state, and it's always updated to the version of the test that applies to you. That's exactly what it was built for. When your interview and tests are complete, the officer will give you a result form. There are 3 possible outcomes. Approved, your application is recommended for approval, and you'll soon receive your oath ceremony notice. Continued, USCIS needs more information, or you need to retake one section. Your letter will explain exactly what to do next. Denied, this is rare, and there is an appeals process. For the vast majority of applicants who've prepared and been honest throughout, the result is approved. And when it is, you'll receive an invitation to the most important appointment of this entire journey. The Oath of Allegiance ceremony is the final step, and for most people, the most unforgettable one. You'll receive a notice with the date, time, and location. When you arrive, USCIS will collect your green card. You won't need it anymore. You'll be given a packet that often includes a small American flag, a welcome letter, and a copy of the oath itself. Then, the ceremony begins. A USCIS official or judge will say a few words about what citizenship means. And then, you'll stand, raise your right hand, and repeat the Oath of Allegiance. In that moment, everything changes. You are no longer a permanent resident of the United States. You are a citizen. You'll receive your certificate of naturalization. Check it before you leave for any errors. And then, you're free to go begin the rest of your American life. America has been built generation after generation by people who chose it. People who crossed oceans, deserts, and borders. Who started over. Who worked harder than anyone asked them to. Who learned a new language, a new history, and a new set of rules. And then stood in a room and promised to be part of something larger than themselves. That's the story you're joining. And the next step, right now, is preparation. The American Citizenship Companion app has everything you need to get ready for the civics test and the interview. Practice mode for exam simulation, learn mode for guided study, and the AI interview feature where you practice answering questions out loud with an AI that listens, evaluates, and responds. Exactly the way your real interview will work. The link is below. This series gave you the map. The app helps you make the journey. We'll see you on the other side.